right, let's get it together. Let's get it together. All right, let me put this out there real quick, and we'll be good to go. How's it doing that? Mm-hmm. 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 Oh man, I forgot the name of the other thing. Damn. Oh, I hate when I do that. Damn. I have no idea. Is it this? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Wait, was it? You know what? I don't even know if it is or not. But we're going to go with that one. Yep, we're going to go with that one. All right, cool. All right. And let me find this chat real quick. Audio is good. All right. Good to go. Whoop-de-doo. All right, what's happening, everybody? And my alarm is way off. That's way off. Because it just went off just now. And it ain't supposed to be going off now. So let me reset that also. Before I do anything else. Alright, so Jay Carly's in the building. Adoria's in the building. Adele's in the building. Tracy, what's good? Yeah, y'all definitely make sure y'all smash that like button, please. I'm out here in the lockdown. Just to do this live stream. No, but for real though, this is the first time I've seen, like, just on the street, There's very few people out here. And when I mean very few, I mean like nobody. I literally might have seen 2 people walking on the street, and there's not a lot of cars at all. But I'm also thinking that it has something to do with the rain, because everybody don't like rain like that. And unless you have to do something in the rain, if it's raining, people don't go outside unless they gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that I think that the rain is also a part of it today. But we'll know what people really are doing when it's not raining. I have a better assessment to make. But right now, ain't nobody out here. Like, it's literally nobody out here. It's me, and so far, I've seen 2 other cars, like in the parking lot where I'm at right now. So it is what it is. But let me finish doing the roll call. So who else is here? Shahar is here. Sir Charles is here. What's good? Matthew is here. What up, Matthew? Jay Carly said, thanks for coming out. Out is in, let me hop in my car and drive over to the parking lot where I hang out at to get some Wi-Fi. Nah, ain't gonna be no more parking rants for right now. Ain't nobody out here to park near me. They're like, come on, guys, we need a rant. Nope, ain't nobody out here right now. The train is running though. That's why, like where I come to get my Wi-Fi, this is a busy area. I like to come over here because it's Wi-Fi, 1. 2, it's busy, but I'm secluded at the same time. Like where I'm parked at right now, ain't nobody, I can see everything. Like nobody's over here with me, but I'm seeing everything. Buses are running, subways are running. It's very few people on the street. And so far I've seen 3 cars in the parking lot. 4 cars on the actual street underneath the L. 5. So people are out here, but they ain't out here. You know what I'm saying? Shahara said they just shelter in place them in Philly and then in the surrounding counties. Are they still calling it that? They need to stop calling it that, because that's not what it is, man. See, they better see. Cuomo already yelled at them for doing that. He already yelled at Trump and them for calling it that. It is not shelter in place. The shit is, quarantine is a better word. Self-quarantine, or we just call it stay ass in the house. That's what we calling it. Stay your ass in the house. Ramon said, this is the moment I was waiting for. Nobody from Red Man to yell at. Social distancing. But see, you know what's very interesting? Everything that they're telling everybody to do is shit we was already doing. Like, that's what we always do. We always be having social distancing. Even when, you know, like, one of the worst things is to walk in Manhattan, like, in Midtown, because it's just too many people. It's way too many people. We very rarely do that. Like, matter of fact, I would say I never do that. Even if Lulu going somewhere to shop, she in the store and I'm in the car. I'm not on the street, like walking around people. I don't like walking near people. I don't like being around people that's walking and moving. So I be staying the hell away from everybody all the time. And I always got the 6 feet rule in effect anyway. So, you know, I get paranoid when people be walking too close, because I'm like, why are you over here in my area? So I was thinking about that. I'm like, we already do that though. I'm like, it's so funny that y'all telling everybody to do that, but we do that already. And then forget about all of the sanitizing and all that. I'm like, we already do that. We already do that shit. Yeah, and definitely no lines. I never do lines. If it's a line, I leave. It's so if I go somewhere, let me go somewhere and it's a line. I'm out. I'm out. I've left clubs that we couldn't just walk into because of a line. I'm like, if you're telling me that we can't just walk in there and we gotta wait on that line, no. We're gonna head on out. Shit. Thank you. Thank you, Ramon. Look what Ramon just said. He said Mark was staying inside his car and not interacting with anyone since 2018. Facts. That is all facts. Right. Way ahead of the fucking game. Shit. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's true, Shahara. She says people should have been disinfecting their hands when handling cash. Yep. Yep. Charles said he don't like nobody violating his circumference either. I agree. Matthew said nothing about this is different for me. Indeed. And that's why, like, I'm not surprised, but I'm just like, why are you making such a big deal out of certain things? It's like, all right, I understand that there's this thing that's going on and you want people to stay home. But for you to have to tell people to do certain things is so, it just goes to show you to what degree most people are nasty. Like, most people is disgusting. Because why wouldn't you already be doing that? And why do somebody got to tell you to do that? You grown. Why does somebody got to tell you to do that? Somebody got to tell you to wash your hands. One of the stupidest things I've seen in bathrooms, like when you go to a department store, it says employees must wash hands. Is it me or is that's stupid? Why are you saying employees must wash hands? Everybody must wash hands. How about everybody? You know what I'm saying? It should say that. Or is it me? Why are you just telling employees to wash their hands? So now what happens is somebody psychologically, they'll look at that and be like, oh, I'm good because I'm not an employee. I don't work here. I don't got to wash my hands. What? Like, I think that has to happen psychologically to people. Because I see people do it all the time. Use the bathroom and walk out. Nasty. Fuckers is nasty, man. Yeah, stop saying employees. Say everybody. They should put signs up, be like, wash your nasty ass hands. I guarantee you, if you put up shock value, people will actually do it. Be like, before you leave the bathroom, nasty ass, wash your damn hands and put it up in bold. Like, put that shit up in bold by the door. And when somebody looks at it, they like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And they go wash their hands. Because, come on, man. Put it in bold. Like, why should be like, before you leave the bathroom, you nasty bastard, comma, wash your hands. I guarantee you more people will wash their hands though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. Don't be a dirty bitch. Yo, I'm telling you, if they did that, more people would do it. Come on, man. Come on, man. Damn. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Keo? Yeah, I don't like the brush up either. I don't like the brush up either. I don't like that. Shahara said, you got people out here who don't throw out their toothbrush after they've recovered from being sick. Yeah, there's so many ways that you can just avoid being nasty and disgusting. Shit. Right. You right. Wash your hands before and after. Yes. Yes. That shit is habitual in the house. Moolah said, if you think about it, people that handle your food at places could have the viruses. So I don't get it. That's true too. That's true too. I mean, like, we can't be ridiculous with it. Put it like this. And I think that just from looking at everything that has happened and just thinking about the way that things are in general, you have to assume that, especially in highly populated and densely populated areas, there was a window of time that went by before what we doing now. Like, this is a late reaction to, if you really thought there was like a real epidemic and a real threat for real. This shit is late as hell. I had saw some information, and they were talking about how Thailand been on the coronavirus shit since December of last year. December. This is March. This 3 months later. Now, mind you, Thailand is close as hell to China. They don't have hardly any cases because they prepared before. As soon as they found out about shit, they immediately prepared, and everybody went straight into action. They had all kind of shit in place. Before you go into a building, they scanning your temperature. They looking to see who got a fever. If you got a fever, you can't come in the building. Like, they shut it down, and they put everything in place that made sense to do, to be proactive and to be ahead of it. Now, by the time we started hearing about this shit, right? At first, everybody was like kind of making light of it and like, oh, that shit is in China. Everybody just assuming, oh, that's over there. So nobody is acting. Nobody's doing nothing. So in the meantime, you got people doing shit every day. Somebody just flew in. Somebody just came from traveling, right? Mad people was traveling, all moving all over the place. So what you think viruses do? That's how they move. They move through people. People moving around, going everywhere. And this was happening for, how long was it happening for? Weeks? Months? So you already had the shit already moving and spreading. Now you have all of the testing and stuff going on. So now people are getting tested for it, and you coming to find out. And now all the numbers that they show you in the media is alarming, because it's like, oh, look at how fast it spread. Nah, the shit been here though. A virus don't just pop up today and everybody's infected today. Like what are you talking about? That's how the flu worked the same way. That's why they call it flu season, because they know it's a period of time between the weather and how people are, that the flu is going to be moving throughout the population. You going to work sick. They know that you're going to go to work sick because you can't take off. Right? Some people, they can't afford not to go to work. So they go to work, they got a cold or flu or whatever, they spreading the shit. This is how viruses move anyway. So anyway, my point is, that shit been here. So it was already moving around. All over the place. Everywhere. It's not like you can be like, well, it's not here. It is here. Wherever you at right now, it's there already. You just don't know who got it and who don't, just because of the nature of how your body is. Everybody, there's people that walk around with the flu. You don't even know that they got the flu. It hit them. Their body fights until the shit dies in their system, and then they don't have it no more. But when you have it, you still can spread it without having symptoms of it. So that shit goes on all the time. So that's the same exact thing happening right now with this. People are walking around like, oh, if I go here, I might get it. You probably got the shit. Like, just keeping it 100, you probably already have it, or you've had it already. This is for most people. The recovery rate is 98% or some shit. So that means pretty much everybody will get the shit, that's been moving around and going anywhere. You're going to get it, and you either going to be fucked up if something else is wrong with you, or you'll recover. That's it. So, like all of the staying home shit, all that does is prevent it from being spread further than it already has been spread. Does that make sense? Like, this shit is not preventive. What's going on now is just everybody staying home. That's it. The shit already been moving. You only know about numbers because of who got tested. That's it. You don't know how many people have it or had it. Am I making sense? And I'm like, as I'm thinking more and more about it, I'm like, that's what it is. Because I had to really think about it. I'm like, wait a minute. This shit been like moving around for months. This is late as hell to be trying to prevent some shit from moving around. The shit been moving around. It been moving around. It's not like you can't get it. You probably have it. It takes a certain amount of time for your body to fight, and then after you fight, boom, the shit is gone. We deal with the flu the same way every year. But anyway, so that's just my thoughts on that. I just was thinking more and more about it. I'm like, yo, people are bugging out. Because you don't even realize, like, if you just sit down and just pay attention and make sense out of everything, you realize, well, what we doing now is late as hell. They doing all of this shit now? This is after the fact. People in China, or like 90% of everybody in China that was affected by it recovered already. And we trying to prevent it from like, come on, man. Like, be realistic. Be realistic about the shit. You gotta be realistic, man. July said, did I just come into a rant? Yeah, Rant Man, he popped his head a little bit. Rant Man don't like what he been hearing about all this fucking pandemic. Yeah. Yeah. EJ said, we heard about this in November. Right. Right. You should have been doing this shit in December. As soon as you hear about something that you really feel is a threat, why wouldn't you react immediately, like, to it? Now you got to react after the fact. Like, what the hell was you waiting for? Come on, man. Adele said, covering the cases up with the flu. Government gave no F's about people coming in from those countries. It's therefore for not acting fast enough. Meanwhile, in America, if you're asymptomatic, they're not testing you. This is the bullshit that's happening, what everybody is saying. These are all facts. They just want you to drop dead first and then come in. Yo, that shit ain't even funny. Right. Look at what Shara just said. She said, I've been telling some people to mentally prepare to see the numbers ramp up as they test more. That's normal, though. Why would it not be normal? Use your brain. Why would it not be normal? That's what is supposed to happen when you test. You go from not testing nobody to testing people that either think that they might have it or you think that they might have it. They picking and choosing who to even test. It ain't like everybody got tested and then we know the number. You don't know the number. You have no idea what the number is. And you never know how many people get the flu every year. How you know? Just think about this for a second. How do you know how many people get the flu every year? What if everybody got the flu every year? Just think about this for a second. What if every year everybody gets the flu? But the numbers that you see is just cases where a person was dramatically affected by the flu, like beat down, where their body couldn't fight. They didn't have whatever the antibodies were for that strain of the flu to fight it. But most people did. So most people, you never knew they had the flu, right? That had the flu. You didn't know that they had it. How the hell are you going to know? They're not even coughing and sneezing. They're not doing nothing. They just regular, every day walking around because their body is fighting the flu. You understand? Like you understand what I'm saying? Your immune system fights shit every day. That's what it's for. The only way that you look at somebody and be like, oh, he's sick, is because he's doing sick shit. Coughing, sneezing, right? Eyes is itching. He might be fatigued. Yo, I'm tired as hell. Damn, man. Oh, I got the chills. Now you showing the symptoms of something that your body can't fight. Hello? But everybody technically could have had the shit. Most people don't show no symptoms. So how do you know what the real number is for who had it? That's the point that I'm making. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, just relax. Like, just use your fucking brain. Yeah, this type, look at what Ramon just said. If you just been through a surgery recently, you have a low immune system. Come on, man. It's exactly why they'll put you in post-op after you have a surgery. You got to be away from everything for a certain amount of time because there's a window that your body needs to recover to start rebuilding the immune system up. Come on, man. It's important to let it run its course. That's all the virus is doing. Come on, man. Janix, at current numbers of 40% of the world population gives the virus, something like 125 to 150 million people gonna die. Nah, that's what they're trying to scare you with. That's not what the case is, though. That's not what the case is at all. They already have statistics just from China alone. And if you look at the related deaths happen to be people that had coronavirus. But they've already done autopsies to see what their pre-existing condition might have been. And most of them was already fucked up from something else. Most of them. I'm just saying. Ramon, this is a retroactive country. There's nothing that's done proactively unless it benefits the ones up in their mighty Congress chair. No, I didn't see the video. A moth the size of a bat. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to see that. Matthew said, I prepared for this just like I prepared for the flu. Just keep doing what I always do. Right. Vitamins, exercise, and stay active. Like what? Like, I don't know. I don't understand what people normally be doing anyway. It's a rumor going around that some people, actors, rappers, were paid to get it. Listen, I don't know nothing, man. I'm gonna just do what I always did and just use common sense. Shahar, sometimes a great defense is a better offense. That's why Thailand and China got it under control. They were prepared, like Mark said. Yes. I'm pretty sure COVID is substantially more deadly than the seasonal flu. It could be. It could be. And let's assume that it is. Let's assume that it is. So in what instance, see, and here we go again. In what instances does it become deadly? When you have people that have it right now with no symptoms. There are people right now with COVID-19 that have zero symptoms. They didn't even know that they had it. There was a lady that was on the news. She was talking about how she ended up getting tested for it. They tested her for that because they were running tests where she was because of where she was exposed to. They didn't test her because she had symptoms. They tested her because of where she said she had been. So she was like, yeah, I was here, blah, 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 blah. And she happened to be, I think, at the very beginning of where it began to spread rampantly. She was there. She was at the place. Like I think she was an anchor or a news reporter or something. So then she was talking about it. She was like, yeah, I had no symptoms at all. No symptoms. So now what are we dealing with? If you have some people that are asymptomatic and then you have some people die from the same virus, what's the disparity? What's the difference? Why this person didn't even have symptoms and had it the whole time? The shit ran its course and that was it. This person dead. What happened? So whether it's more severe than the seasonal flu or not, the flu does the same shit with people. There are people that get the flu, they show no symptoms. There's people that get the flu and die. This happens every year. Like, explain why somebody gets the flu in a year and dies from it, and then most people don't. We're dealing with the same technology in the body. It's the same immune system that we're dealing with. So these are things that will infect people. Some people will have an adverse reaction in, and it probably is telling more of a story about how somebody's immune system is. It's telling you more information about that than it is necessarily about the danger of whatever the virus is. It's telling you more about the immune system of a person. Anyway, Ramon said flu's still going to kill more people than this coronavirus. Shahar, over 1 million people get the flu worldwide every year. 30 to 60,000 die annually. Again, worldwide. This has been happening since Old Testament. Now, mind you, you see what they say about how many people get the flu. They say if they say 1 million get it, how do they know that 1 million got it? How they don't know 100 million got it? You understand? Just think for a second. Let's say that 1 million is wrong. What if it's 50 million? But you would never know because everybody recovers from it because their antibodies is up. How would you know that? It's just like if I got the flu, I'm in the house. I didn't go to the doctor. I don't go to the doctor for cold and flu, personally. How they know I had it? They didn't count me in that. I'm just saying. And how many people do like how I do? Don't go to the doctor for the flu or for a cold. And they stay their ass home and they fight the shit themselves. How many people do that? We're not including those numbers. And I would dare to say there's probably way more people doing that than going to the doctor. I think way more people don't go to the doctor than do. And if you don't go, they're not counting you. These are just my opinions, of course. So I know sometimes I might sound a little convincing, but these are just how this is just how I feel. Matthew said flu has killed no less than 35,000 people worldwide for more than 20 years. I don't know if this is worse than the flu or not. I don't know. I think right now it's up to 16,000 total deaths worldwide for this. And remember the numbers that they have for the total cases It's just for people that were tested. Just like I said, how many people got it already and don't know that they have it, or had it and didn't know that they had it, didn't show symptoms or nothing, or maybe they thought it was a regular flu, but you recovered from it. How many people did that? What's the number for that? This is just shit to think about. Just shit to think about. I think that more people should think than be scared of shit that they don't know. It's always better to think first than to just make assumptions based on information that's being pumped into your head through the media and shit. Shahara said, plague's been here, they just got renamed. We're talking about billions getting COVID. Well, everybody stay home. Ain't nobody gonna get it, right? Everybody stay in their house. Ain't nobody else gonna get it. We on it now. The U.S. is on it now. Everybody's home. We doing our part. Just saying, man. Jelani's stupid. He said, you better not die, J. Carly. We're going to fight. I know, right? Especially as many times as she done beat it. She like a cat. Ramon said they'll find a vaccine for this, but won't find a cure for the common cold. I get exhausted even talking about shit sometimes because Janet said everybody in denial. Oh shit. Ramon said we aren't in denial. We ain't out there getting in contact with people. Don't think we're dumb and be out there doing stupid stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we just right now it's just really something to talk about more than anything because everybody's home. So what else are you gonna talk about other than what's keeping everybody home, really? Jelani, people won't take it seriously until it hits closer to them. Then it could be too late. Well, there's a difference between being reckless and being aware and being conscious. Being reckless is like just you don't even give a fuck. You just going wherever you want to go, and like whatever. I'm out here. Yeah, I'm doing what I want to do. Fuck that. Well, you like at this point you can't even move around like that. You can't take a plane nowhere. You can't fly nowhere. If you moving around, there's at this point, it's not that many people out because most people are not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't even understand how you can be reckless at this point. Even if you were to just go outside and go everywhere, ain't nobody really outside. So where you going? Nobody's congregated together. It ain't like there's a concert somewhere. Oh, all right, yo, I'm about to go to the Continental Center. I'm affecting everybody at the Jay-Z concert. Like there's no concerts, there's no gatherings, there's no nothing at this point. The point that I was making about how we were moving around before is that the government was aware months ago, and everything that we're doing now should have been done months ago when you first found out about the threat, if you consider it to be a threat. That's what I was saying. Like, I didn't understand how we're doing all of this shit after the shit done already spread everywhere. Because I don't understand, like, people are acting like it hasn't already moved. People been moving around for months. How could it not? So you want to tell me People been flying into the country from other places. People been flying into the country from China, from wherever, right? From Europe. And they get here and they move around. They do what they normally do. That's been going on for months already. So you cutting everything off now is supposed to stop what? You understand what I'm saying? If it's something that moves like that, it's already moving. It's moving already. It's been moving. It ain't like it's gonna move. Like, am I making sense? Or do I sound crazy? You talk about months that went by already. This shit been here. Everything you looking at in the news is old news now. People are being tested now. That's old. So whatever numbers you seeing now is just showing you, all right, well, these are people that had actually been tested for it. But how many people haven't been tested for it? How many people have not been tested? That probably haven't. How many people? That's all I'm saying. So that's the part right there that doesn't make sense. And that's what the fear does. Like, so you afraid now of what? You've been already doing shit. You already been going places. You already been eating out. You already been at bars. You done already been eating out and been around people for months. For months. You've been already doing shit. They said that the window was what, 15 days or whatever? It could be anywhere from 15 to 30 days. All right. Let's go back to December. This is March. This is 90 days. So we 90 days into this shit being here. Let's just look at it like that. If we 90 days in and now you alerting people, all right, well, if you feel sick, call your doctor. You get on the phone with the doctor. Well, what, how are you feeling? What symptoms do you have? Oh, I got a sore throat. My throat hurts. I got a little cough. Should I get a test? Well, we can't test you actually, so just stay home. Stay home. So you telling people now to do what they already did. What if you had the shit in January? Just hold on. Because I want to make sense out of this shit for a second. What if you caught the shit in January? You caught the shit around New Year's. It was millions of people in Times Square for New Year's. Hello? We not going to include that? How many people was in Times Square for New Year's? And people come from all over the country to New York City, Times Square for New Year's. And everybody was there. Just like they normally are. Yes? So this is January. Millions of people in fucking Times Square from all over the country. Then they go back to wherever they live. After New Year's is over, you go back home. Oklahoma, Wisconsin, fucking Cali, Maine, Texas, Florida, Nevada. You went back to wherever you came from, right? You caught it in January. Let's say you caught it then. When are you measuring back from? Let's say that people caught it then, and then somebody got sick and went to the hospital and died. Now somebody died already. Let's say that they died from that. How do you know that was the case? And did you include that in the number for the deaths? Did you include that? This was in January. Now, mind you, again, so we talking about from January to now, That's more than 90. That's going on 120 days because we coming up until the end of March now. So we talking about 120 days that went by. Thailand is right by China. They've been doing this shit since December. Precaution. Since December. We in March now, their numbers is low as hell. So they didn't have to go through what many other places are experiencing as far as the window and the time that went by. Because now you seeing the numbers and you're like, oh shit. Like what's going on? Nah, the shit been moving around. So that's why I'm like, what window are you talking about? What time period? What time frame? How do you know people didn't have it already and already been recovered from it? How do you know that? How you know most people didn't catch it and recovered and showed no symptoms at all? Or they thought it was the flu. They thought they had a cold. How do you know that? It didn't come in March. It came in fucking, I think the earliest time that I heard was November of last year. That's almost 5 months. Like, what are we talking about? Just want to be fucking with people. All right, anyway. Again, these are just my opinions. These are just my opinions. What's up, Connie? Moolah said it's just life running this course. Y'all funny. Yeah, y'all are crazy. Let me see. Yeah, J. Carly's funny with her movies, though. J. Carly, if you talk about The Happening one more time. Look at what Tyler said. He said there are hundreds of strains from common cold. It's impossible to cure. Your body is magical, and that's that. Come on, man. Unbelievable. T-Ma, so far Italy has 59,000 known cases and almost 10% of them have died. Wish it was not the case, but the data indicates the US is on the same path. Okay, now, with that being said, 59,000 cases, but how many people did they test? Is the question. So 5,500 represents 10%, or a little less than 10% of the 59,000. But what if out of 1 million people that they tested, that the number stays the same for the deaths? You test 1 million people. Now you got 1 million cases. Let's say you have 1 million cases and 5,500 people died. Now the 5,500 represents a different percentage. That's why I'm saying that the numbers are stupid too, because what are you talking about as far as the test, the cases? You saying, all right, we have X amount of cases, but you haven't tested everybody. What are we talking about? You haven't even tested everybody that got the symptoms. Forget about testing everybody. Test everybody that got a cough or a fever. Test everybody that has a cough or a fever or a sore throat. Somebody, oh man, yo, my throat is sore. All right, we got a test for you. Test everybody that shows symptoms. They're not even doing that. What are we talking about? And if I don't make sense, please, like, correct me. But I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about? Tyler said people are literally coughing on produce and cashiers as a joke. Should be prosecuted. Come on, man. Rich said Casey Neistat's friend traveled to South Africa with it from the States and was hanging out with friends and family. Shahara said, Mark, you're correct. I have a friend in Pittsburgh who works at a university where the majority of the international studies are Chinese, and she was sick as a dog in December. Sick as hell for like 3 weeks. So mind you, look, you have severe cases like that, and then you have somebody that has it and don't have no symptoms at all. And it runs its course through that person. So Jay Carly, then I was scared because of when I went to the hospital when my fever was 103.3. What if there were people in there with it? That's why I can't think about it too much. I remember that day. Mind you, let's use that as an example, Jay Carly. You go to the hospital with a fever, they didn't test you for it. What, like, see, like this is what I'm talking about. You burning up with a fever, and they don't test you for it. Mind you, during the fucking, like, it's here already. We know about it already. And you telling me that the symptoms are fever. Why wouldn't you automatically test for that first? The epidemic is here already. Like, we already know about it on the news and everything. You ain't gonna test nobody just came to the hospital with a fever? Like, what is that? Come on, man. Like just stupid shit. This type of shit I'm talking about. Shahar said, one of my territory managers in Cali was sick as shit in January. Straight up said he had corona. No one believed him since it wasn't over here then. Come on, man. Look. Osmond said, same with Mardi Gras in New Orleans. That just ended a few weeks ago. Right. You had all of these public places where it was mad people together. Come on, man. Charles said, try again. People with the Rona last year thought it was the flu, period. Jakar said, when I had the flu in January, I was sick for like 4 weeks. Had a 104 temperature for days. Literally said, this don't seem like the regular flu. Unbelievable. Shahara, people need to think, stay home and let it run its course. That's how viruses work. It's really that simple. The media got a lot of people full of fear. Yup. Ramon said, I vote for Mark Fuller 2020. Nah, don't vote for me. Fuck that. They ain't gonna have me hemmed up. Nope. Nope, I ain't running. Only place I'm running is around the track. That's it. I think that the worst case with this particular virus is the pneumonia shit. That right there is what they are anxious to avoid at all costs, because if it hits your lungs, you got a problem, because now you need help. Like you can't, if you get pneumonia, your body can't fight the way that it normally would, because you're not getting the oxygen that you need, first of all. And pneumonia spreads quickly once it starts attacking your lungs, especially if you're a smoker, and especially if you have some type of deficiency, some type of issue going on. It's like you're more prone, if you get pneumonia, that you really in trouble. So, a lot of people can be walking around with pneumonia too and don't know it. They literally call it walking pneumonia. So when you got symptoms, if the shit keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse, you know that your body's not fighting. Your body's just not fighting at all. It shouldn't get worse. The way that the flu works, any type of virus, the shit goes through your body, it runs its course, it runs its course, and then it's over. If that don't happen and you got weeks and weeks and weeks, like, there's a problem. That's a problem. You shouldn't be having flu symptoms for weeks and weeks like that. So that means that your body is not capable of fighting, or if it is fighting, that shit is fighting slow as hell, because it's not built up enough to fight efficiently for it to run its course faster than that. It's taking you mad long. Got to watch, fight, pray, and the subscript that says watch 301. Abu was good, man. The man who licked the shopping carts. Oh, come on. Come on, people is nasty, man. What the hell? Shahar, we'll go back to normal with more testing and more recoveries. Yeah. T-Mon said exactly. Matthew said the way the media reports on this shows is being used as a distraction. This just happens to be an election year. Bingo. Coincidentally. And they're slowly but surely pushing people into their homes. Keo said, "Don't take that vaccine." Nah, it's just like the flu shot. I don't get that shit. I don't want the flu shot. Nope. You don't need a shot to develop antibodies. Hello. You don't need a shot for your body to develop the antibodies. Shahara, yes, Phil is correct. In China, they were literally testing anyone who thought they had it. Right. Right. Because I'm like, if you just look at the numbers alone for China, and let me get the numbers real quick because I had the stream up. I think China's close to 82,000. How many people are in China? 1 point how many billion? So 1 point something billion people, 82 cases, 3,300 deaths from the virus. And now China is actually, instead of it doing this, is doing this now. Because now they're showing the number of people that are recovering from it. Mind you, they're showing the number of people who were tested who are recovering from it. Yes? What other information do they have? What other data do they have? Aside from the number of people tested, and out of the number of people who were tested, how many people recovered from that number? What other data are they dealing with? So they don't know how many other people might have had it and recovered. Yes? And realistically, they don't know how many other people might have had it, and maybe somebody died from it. But because they were never connected to this, the testing or hospitalization associated with it, because they weren't connected to that, they weren't counted. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Manipulation, like a motherfucker. Like, people get just be manipulated so easily. It's crazy. Mind you, I'm just using common sense. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. Technically, I don't know shit. I know basic stuff. I have basic understanding of how the human body works. We all had a science class when we went to school, right? I got basic understanding of shit. And I know what I do. I can speak on that. Plenty of time I had a cold or flu, recovered. Not once have I ever been to the hospital for a flu. Not once. Now, the older that you get, the more susceptible that you are, of course, because your body is aging and you don't have the same metabolism, you don't have the same, immune system that you had when you were younger. So, of course, it might, a flu can rock you when you're older. I understand that. But if you are healthy and you eat well, you exercise, and you do what you need to do, your body is like, somebody said it in here, your body like a magician. It does magical things. Surely does. Surely does. Nico, I'm just seeing that GU video. I'm over here running my mouth. I ain't even look at the damn market yet. Damn. Oh, let me take a look at this euro real quick. See what this euro looking like right here. Seems like it's moving all right too. Let's see. Let's see here. See what that behavior looking like. Yeah, Euro got timing issues. You saw that at the very last, like the last 2 seconds. So that timing is off. But the environment, nice. Environment on the Euro right now is very nice. It's nice and slow. Overall, right now it looks like some speed is coming in, but I like the environment. Need to watch the behavior again on these next few binaries. Take a look and see how this ends going into the close, and see if it sets anything up for when it reopens after 6. Okay, well, here's my analysis. Ty said, well, South Korea knew the same time our government knew. They started testing most everyone and took steps to keep people isolated. Their spread has slowed. Ours is spreading exponentially. Now, he said that was in January. Now, the interesting thing about that is what I've actually been talking about during this whole stream. My question is, when we say it's spreading exponentially, what's spreading exponentially? That's my question. Because if it's like it's already been close to 120 days. If there was something crazy going on, you would have just had people going to the hospital every day. Sick. Like they wouldn't have been able to handle it at all. There's already been time that has gone by. So I don't think that it's accurate when we kind of talk about it, because it's like what they're making you think is that, ooh, it's spreading now. Nah, if it been here, it already has been moving through the population. So now at this point, you're testing now. So now that you're testing, now you got all these numbers, you got a barometer that you can use. Ooh, look at the number of cases. Like, why are we doing that? Because now you're saying, look at the number of cases. Oh, these are the number of deaths associated with it. But again, of the people that are dying, what other issues did these people have? You're not talking about that. Somebody could have been in the hospital for something else and ended up having coronavirus at the same time. Maybe they wasn't even hospitalized for that. Maybe they was hospitalized for something else. And them having it just further beat down their body to the point where their body could not recover. What if that happened? It's so inaccurate. Like, it's totally inaccurate. And that's the whole scare of it. It's like y'all are using the information now from the testing and the numbers that you're getting from testing to scare everybody. Oh, the number of cases surged. What are you talking? You just tested more people. That's all you did. You tested more people, so now you're seeing more of a reflection of who actually has the shit. But you telling me out of nowhere people are getting it? No. It ain't out of nowhere people are getting it. People been had it. People been had it. Y'all are just starting to test to see who got it. And now you shocked by how many people got it? How long this shit been moving around? It's just silliness to me, man. Silliness. Yeah, you definitely gonna know if you got walking pneumonia. Hell yeah. You can't breathe. My bottom line, we have not had enough tests to just test everyone, so the docs have to limit tests to the more at-risk people, which makes sense. But now saying at-risk people, that has to be categorized, because now who is deciding who that is? When it's like, who's at risk? Somebody coughing and got a sore throat? Are they at risk? Who's at risk? Define that. I could, if somebody start hacking and coughing and spitting and all kind of shit and go to the hospital, they're not at risk? What do a person got to do to get a test? What does a person have to be doing to get tested? Who's deciding who's getting tested? We not even going to that yet. We ain't even get there yet. We ain't even get that far. Vague statements. Like, this is the shit that they'll say. Oh, well, hospitals are, you know, only testing patients that are such and such and such and such. Well, who are you talking about? When you go to the ER, it's mad people in there coughing and sneezing and complaining about it. They can't breathe. Mad people. Are you testing all of them? Did you test everybody in the ER? Did you do that? Oh, you didn't do that? Well, who are you testing? Come on, man. Like, this type of shit that goes on all the time. This is what always happens. Yeah, y'all are funny. Who talking shit about Pop-Tarts? Don't be talking shit about no Pop-Tarts, man. I mess with Pop-Tarts. Yeah, everybody got to stay away from Jay Carly, though. I told her earlier, I said, yeah, you know, you be like, I love you and everything, but fuck out of here. No, you can't come and say nothing to me. Stay your ass on the phone and the text. Nah, J. Cole, you be all right. I told you, just sit your ass in the house and relax. And next time, and tell your girlfriend stop leaving packages. Tell her no more naked tissue. No more naked tissue. Osmond said, unless the entire population in the country is tested and those who test positive are vaccinated, there will always exist the risk of it spreading. So in the words of Mark, what are we doing here? Right. Yep. Yeah. See, yeah, getting hit by a car, that's fucked up. That's not gangster. Ain't nothing gangster about that. Get that shit out of here. Indeed, you right. Yeah, you right. Be knowing shit, don't even know how I know. Yeah, you right. Yep, you right. Adele, she talk about, but I like ho-hos. Keo said it's funny how the virus can be airborne, but the percentage of air pollution has gone down tremendously. Yup, since they told everybody to stay home. Yep. Ooh, that's hard. Corona isn't the virus. We are. Ooh. Come on, Keo. Shit. Come on, Keo. Keo's on some Neo shit. Yes. JT said I like brown sugar though. Oh shit. Yeah, y'all are hilarious. Y'all are funny, man. Oh man, I didn't see that 450. Damn. This stupid alarm I never set, that's why. Yeah, anybody see the 450 EU just now? For anybody looking at the market. These conversations be good though. These be some very interesting conversations though, I must say. Oh man, it be turning into all type of shit. Stay at home got people answering DMs from last summer. Now that's funny. T-Mod, the known cases, no one knows the actual number of people infected. That's my point. That is my point. That's what I'm saying. But see the thing, see that works both ways though. You don't know the number of people infected, and you don't know the number of people recovered. So what are we talking about? Shawnee, there's nothing else they showing on the news after the 15 days. Let's get back to work. In life, there are winners and losers. Let's get going. I mean, look, nature got a law. You know what nature law is called? Survival of the fittest. That's natural law. And unfortunately, when you have things that mess with people, the strongest people survive. That's what it is. So nature has its own way of balancing shit out. Like, some people ain't gonna make it, but it don't got nothing to do with, oh, it's coronavirus. No, it could have been whatever it was. You've been smoking for fucking 40 years. I'm just giving an example. And some of y'all stopped smoking, so I definitely commend you. But I'll give you an example. You've been smoking for fucking 40 years, and now in your older age, you reaping the repercussion of that shit. That's one example. It's survival of the fittest. The thing about it is that you did something that led to where you at right now, the position that you in right now. Yes? It ain't like, you know, you can be like, nah, well, yeah, but still though. Nah, there is no but still. That's what you did. So if you happen to, as a result of that, create a ripple in your body that now prevents you from being as strong as you could have been, nature don't give a shit. Nature's like how the market is. Don't give a fuck. Market's like, nah, bro, you lost. Nah, you lost that one. Nature auto-corrects. It's survival of the fittest. And it's so crazy because that works all throughout, everywhere. It's not just for this epidemic. That's period. That's life. That's why they say life ain't fair. Well, I guess it depends on how you look at it. And I'm not being cold or callous. I'm just being honest. Just think about that. It's like, is life fair? It depends on how you look at it. It depends. I don't think that nature and life deals with shit in terms of what's fair or not. I think that it more so deals with cause and effect more than anything. It doesn't. It's not looking at shit like, oh, I feel so bad for her. I feel bad for him. No. Like, you keep smoking. Let me tell you, bro. Smoking is not good for your lungs. But anyway. J. Carter said, no one should say bless you ever again. Oh, shit. Matthew said, tax bracket decides who gets tested first. Let's be real about it. Come on now. Ooh, the test is like that? Ugh. What they put in there? What they put in there? Swab? So what the hell, where the hell they putting the swab in? Your brain? Well, some people used to big long things going in their nose because they digging their nose all the damn time, digging for gold. They'd be like, you want me to get the sample? I could do it. I got it. Nasty people, man. Yeah, y'all crazy. Amar said, on a serious note, I would like to say this is a lower chastisement and no one will be able to find a vaccine. This is the sign that the hour is near. There's an asteroid coming and it's going to land in the U.S. The dust of it will cover the entire world before the biggest chastisement coming, which is Planet X. What's funny is that the asteroid news is getting buried in coronavirus news. That's what's funny. I have seen the information about that too. Adele said they already have one or more. That's the problem. It's who is going to buy it for $1 billion, Alex. Oh shit. Matthew said they say that about every new virus. They say that about so much shit. No one can control the almighty chastisement. The only cure, we return to him and ask by his mercy. T-Ma, the challenge is you are strong and don't get too sick, but give it to an at-risk person, mother, father, grandparent, someone with a weakened immune system. Bingo. That's what happened in Italy. That's what happened in Italy. Yep. Italy has the oldest population, period, in Europe, like age-wise. And we're talking about the older that you get, the more difficult it is for your immune system to fight. So again, you're seeing the numbers escalate. But again, who are they testing? So all information has to be taken with a grain of salt. And if you don't know the context of what the information means, then you're really not utilizing your own brain to process information as it comes. Some people are like that. They watch the news and that's it. It's like, like whatever the news says, that's how they run their life. I think that's one of the silliest things that you could do. And I also think that people should already practice hygiene and being cleaner than they are. I think that alone will keep more viruses and germs and shit down. Del said, I know who I am and whose I am, so I'm not worried. Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry. What's funny is that worrying about shit don't stop it. Worrying about shit don't change it. So why worry? So this live stream was supposed to be about being able to trade from your phone. That's what my initial thought was. But it's always subject to change. So it just is what it is. But this was very good dialogue, definitely. And I hope that this is informative, without a doubt. And definitely get your faith up. Yep. And understand also that faith without works is dead. So remember that. It's just like believing that something will happen, but then you don't do what it takes to make it happen. It's the equivalent of that. Keo said because people are programmed. People are definitely programmed. The question is, what are you programmed to do? How are you programmed to function? And that's what you really need to do more self-reflecting on, I think. Yep, without a doubt. Self-reflection is important because you should always be looking inside, and you should always be looking at yourself, and then you can go from there. I mean, hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Some of the things directly that I think should come out of this particular experience with this epidemic, just in general, that I think will be very helpful, is in a lot of like restaurants and places where you eat, you're starting to see now the sanitizing stations. I think that stuff like that is important. And I mean like the ones that are automatic that you don't even have to touch. Because to practice good hygiene is the first step. That's being proactive. The more hygiene that there is, the less likely, you have the chances of anything spreading. Just in general. Every year we got to deal with the flu. Like every year there's a flu season. So just looking at that alone, you don't have to be getting sick every year. There's some people that just don't get sick, period. Like no matter what, they don't get sick. And a lot of that has to do with the way that you are functioning on a daily basis. Your diet, your exercise, even your mindset. A lot of that has to do with that. When you putting in the work every day and then you creating the right habits and you're doing that on autopilot, that's partially responsible for why you're not getting sick. So there's a lot of lessons in it. Like it's almost like pick your lesson that you want from it. Just pick one. It's a lot of lessons. A lot of things that people can learn. Yep. You complain about not having a vacation. Boom, here you go. T-Ma, just to say I'm strong, so it is cool. It's so selfish and dangerous because if you are a carrier, you could infect hundreds of people that could infect hundreds of people, et cetera, equals pandemic. Well, that's true. That is true. Information is also key. The way that information has been handled up to now has been poor. So I don't even think that someone having that mentality has more to do with what has happened up to now. I think what has happened up to now, as far as the way that this has been spreading, is because of the information that has not been passed into the population as far as what people should be doing. It's not like they said, all right, listen, man, we got a situation now. So this thing right here, if you strong, you likely to get it and it ain't gonna bother you, but this can hurt other people. So we need to stop moving around the way that we moving around. If you would just announce that right there, then you would see an example of that, where people are like, well, I don't care because, it ain't gonna bother me. But that's not what the case was. It's not like people are saying that, like, oh, well, I'm gonna just go and do what I want to do anyway. The people are not doing that. People are reacting according to the information that's coming. So if the government is saying that there is something that can be detrimental or even fatal to people that can't fight it, all right, so things have to be in position so that people just stop doing what they naturally would be doing. Period. Period. It's not like people are actively saying, "Ah, well, I don't even care about it." I don't think that that's what people are doing. I think that people don't know anything about it. Didn't know anything about it really up until now. This is probably the most that people have become aware of it right now today. Just over time. But mind you, you telling me that the government knew about this since last year? You were aware of this since last year. And you wasn't thinking about everybody that, had compromised immune systems at that time. You wasn't thinking like that. Mind you, you know about what pandemics can do. Y'all didn't take no action. I'm just asking. Because again, we talking about something that has already been known. The public didn't know about it like that. You didn't really know about it until it started popping up in the news. Everybody started wilding out when they heard Tom Hanks had it. Oh, Tom Hanks got coronavirus. Oh shit. When your favorite celebrity caught it, now everybody's attention is like, oh snap. Damn. Stupid stuff. Again, the media. Just saying, man. Matthew said, I care about what's happening. I just don't care for the manipulation they attach to it. Exactly. Exactly. Manipulation like a mother. And the thing about that is manipulation on so many different levels. I mean, it never ends. Like it, from the financial markets to pandemic to you want to keep everybody in the house now. You knew about the shit since December though. Really since November. You knew about it back then. This is almost 5 months later. Now everybody's got to stay home. What happened? That's manipulative like crazy. All right. Okay. Yep. So interesting stuff. Okay, I'm just realizing the market is closed. We don't talk for an hour and change. Oh man. Yep, but good stuff. Yep, meantime, between time, I keep doing what I do. That's it. I agree. And that's the thing. It's like, people need to have the mirror up. What do you be doing? What do your day look like? What do you be doing every day? What do you do? That kind of will help you to determine whether you need to make some changes. Just like even certain things that people will say. People definitely will always say certain things during times like this. Oh, I hope people do this. I hope people wake up. And it's like people probably are going to be doing whatever they was already doing. More than likely. Very few people change because of an event. Very few. People ain't gonna make a change unless they want to make a change. That's the bottom line. You ain't gonna. It's like this ain't gonna change you because the last one didn't change you. Last time there was some shit that happened where it was supposed to be the end of the world. Then that you didn't change then either. So more than likely, now you still ain't gonna change. You're still gonna be doing the same shit. It's human. It's just human beings. Yeah, but see, all right. Now, my thing with that, Adele, is that that's always the case, though. Because you're saying that some people have been dodging and now you have to face it, but you always have to face it. You don't have to face it now just because this happened. Because what happens when this rolls over? There's going to come a day when we ain't talking about this no more. The day going to come where we're not talking about this no more. It'll be something else next time. So somebody change, like, it's gonna be this one that changes everybody? Nah. The last one didn't change everybody. This one ain't gonna change everybody either. Point blank period. Tell it, people ain't gonna change and do nothing different until they ready to do it. And for some people, it takes so much shit that has to happen to them in order for them to change. Unfortunately. But that's just how people are, man. That's folks. Akari said, anyone hear about a lot of CEOs from big companies resigning, like Bill Gates, CEO of Hulu and Disney? I did hear about that. Yep. Sure did. Yeah, that's one thing that could change folks. J. Carr said, when people start getting it, that people know, and then they gonna care. And then sometimes people still don't give a fuck. I'm just saying. Rich said, this is our chance to let love lead. However, I doubt that this will change anything. See, it's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. It is unfortunate, but that's how people are, man. That's what I've learned. That's why I don't be stressed. Like, this is all right. This is a good example, I think, to explain how I always be stress free. I'm not stressed out because I understand that you can't force nobody to do anything, and you have no control over anything aside from the things that you have control over. What do you control other than the things that you can control? Just ask yourself that question and then answer the question. Like, what else do you have control over? Nothing. You don't got control over people. You don't have control over events. You do have control over shit that you do, though. All day, every day. So when you do things with the right intention and with love, just like Rich said, when you do things with the right intention, that is love. That's the manifestation of love. Not going around saying, oh man, I love you guys. Washing your damn hands is love. Hello? Like what we talking about? That's love. You see, like, am I making sense? The shit you can control. Everybody be so worried about shit that they can't. You stressed out over all this shit that you have no control over. You can control staying home. You concerned, you worried, you don't want to be around nobody? Don't. Ramon hit it on the head. He said, I ain't been around people since 2018. He's right. Oh, Mark, why you always in your car? Because I don't like being around motherfuckers. Do you want me to tell you? I like being in my bubble. So I think that's another good point to bring up. Yep. What I call it just said. Oh, they knew about the coming recession. People won't change. They still gonna hide that zombie bite. It's not the majority of people that care about shit. Rich said, will only change those that were personally touched by the situation. And even then, it might. It might change them. It'll affect them, but that don't mean you're going to change. J. Carr said, most people don't give a fuck, true, about anyone but themselves and their own shit. True. And that's good to a degree, but not when it's selfish at the expense of somebody else. There's a difference. There's a thin line there. You shouldn't care about nobody else's shit. And what I mean is like, I can't concern myself with what you're doing if I'm focused on what I'm doing and doing what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not going to impose my shit on you at the same time. I'm not going to do what I'm doing at the expense of you. There's a difference. It's like there's a difference between minding your business and just not giving a shit about nobody at everybody's expense. There's a difference between those two things. So there is a difference. Vito said, yeah, people don't change until it affects them personally. And again, even then, they may not change. Human nature has become hardened to the things that happen in the world. Death and fear have been normalized. It's unfortunate. I can only control myself and how I deal with stupid people. Bingo. There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Keo said, because change only happens from interior, not exterior. Come on, Keo. Come on, man. People don't change until they want to change. And for some people to take all type of shit happening to them before they decide to change. I'll always mean what I say, and if I care about you, I'm going to the depths of hell for you. Indeed. Indeed. Adele love everybody. Right. Rich says staying home until this passes is love. Lord have mercy. Come on, Richie Rich. Damn. People got love twisted, man. I love you. Shut up. You love me, stop breathing all in my neck area. Get the hell out of here. You love me, go gargle. Shit. You really love me? Shit. Keep that Listerine on deck. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I am a little bit sometimes, but yeah, stop pronouncing all the T's and P's. Pronouncing every T and P. Yeah, well, I took it to another level, man. If you don't get the hell away from me with the T's and P's. Shit. shit, yo, that's funny. Yeah, and the H's. Come on, man. Damn. Jay Carter says she'll fight a Care Bear for everybody. She said most of you, not the 301 deserters. Oh shit. She don't got no love for y'all. Osmond said, preach Reverend Fuller. Yeah, Reverend Fuller popped up a little bit. Let me open up the doors of the church. Y'all are funny. You should never do anything that affects another person's life. Definitely not. Shawnee, for sure, 45 needs to get off TV every day unless there's new info. Yeah, he tired right now. He's so beat up. He's like, yo, I need a nap. That's giving him more time to tweet, more than anything. Yeah, they be mad. Yeah, they be way too close and too loose with it. Oh, man. T's and P's can ruin a friendship. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shit. Rich said they program change takes effort and reprogramming. One glitch does not destroy the program. Habit does. Woo. Yes. That's hard body right there. Yep. Projectiles talk. Oh man. Yo, y'all are bad funny. Yep, good stuff. All right, so another day in the pandemic. Yep, I got my last haircut probably for another, I don't know how long. They shut everything down, like barbershops, salons, all that is dead now. All of that is dead. I don't feel like going back to shaving in the house. I used to do my own beard when I had the mutton chops. Matter of fact, when I had mutton chops, that's when I used to shave myself. Believe that? I used to do a good job with the mutton chops, right? Now I'm gonna just go to Teen Wolf real quick. Have my shit just woof. Just woof. Somebody told me their barber's still gonna be cutting hair. They're gonna close the blinds. Yo, that's so funny. Yeah, definitely old school, right, Vito? The mutton chops. Oh, snap. You said Lulu gonna have to cut it. Lulu ain't cutting nothing. Lulu already was mad at me. She was like, listen, if this salon closed up on me today, I was like, you better go ahead. Stop playing. She said they better use black curtains. Grow it out like James Harden. Yo, his joint is mad long though. It's gonna take me a minute to grow that. I'm trying to think when I had it long like that, how long it took. It took me at least like 8 months to get that type of length. That was long. That was long for me. It probably came down to like about, I would say like, it was down to about right here. But I only kept this though. I couldn't take all of this. I can't take this. Like this starts itching on my face. Even with all the oil and all of that menthol and all of that, it still would just be itching when it grows. So I chopped all of this off, and I just had the goatee, and I had the mutton chops like that. So that was as far as I was willing to go. And let your soul glow. Oh, James Harden? Yeah, his joint is mad big. Right. Rich said too much nothing becomes a food trap. That's funny. That is funny. Is anybody still going to work? Like, do people still actually go to work still? Because it seemed like people still be going to work. Like some people still go to their job. True. Right. No need to shave. She said for what? Who gains from the shave? Oh, like call centers. Okay. So when y'all are there, y'all got like gloves and masks on? What's it looking like? Okay, most people working home like remotely, right? It seemed like they could do a call center setup and like from your house though. It seemed like they can do that old like online. Yeah, that's what it is, Rich. That's what it is. Yep. He said there's a point when the head says I gotta come out or you gonna scratch me out. Yep. Yep. Adele said it's disturbing to get to work on time. Right, it's like for who? Oh shit. Law firm still going in. Shit. They probably getting ready for some kind of case related to this shit. Oh. Alright. I had meant to do a vlog. I was gonna do a vlog. I might still do one. I might do a little vlog. I don't know. See how I'm feeling in 15 minutes. And you go to the living room on breaks. That's funny. Matthew said his beard itches at the initial phase and then he home free. I don't know what it is with my joint. My joint itches the more that it grows. Like if I shave all of this off, I don't feel the itch from the growth initially. I feel the itch after it grows more. You know what I'm saying? Like the more hair I get on my face and under here, the more it itches. Instead of it being the other way around. Like you get itch from the new growth. I get itch from the length. And it be there the whole time. It never goes away. Shit is weird. I know, right? Yeah, they need that differential. He said they need an exposure check if they going in. Be like, you don't get the corona differential. Adele says she feel bad for a lot of people because home is your sacred space. Well, they like, well, home is now your workspace. See you at 9. Like, and you better log in on time too. All right, Joe, let me get up out of here. This laptop about to die. I got 4%. I know. She said, I feel bad for the people where home isn't their safe space. Right. Yep. I agree. Oh, shit. That's funny. Yo, Rich said, I'm not sure where to vacation this year. My kitchen or my bathroom? Now that's a mic drop right there. Yo, I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Everybody be safe. If you ain't like the video, make sure y'all like the video. All right, I'll see y'all on training. Peace.